Hey everyone, Big Mike here,
Wobinator.
and we're from
Purple
Purple Laugh
Laugh
Trip. And this is our spoiler, spoiler,
Section.
and it is about Wonder Woman. And pretty much how our reviews and spoiler reviews will work is that Sean Wolverinator will be doing the reviews with me beside, again, just to do a little bit of hints, side comments, things like that. And same will work with the spoiler review. But the other thing, yeah, we'll just swap around. Again, reviews, him, spoiler reviews, me, because I just have a lot of things to say. So, moving on, the story pretty much starts with Diana on a wonderful red dress. She's hot, she's crisp, she's awesome in that red dress. Getting a package from Bruce Wayne's lackey. And the package pretty much has a photo of Diana and her own version of the Howling Commandos of Captain America. A lot of people are comparing the first Avenger and Wonder Woman, the first Wonder Woman movie, side by side. They're pretty much the same. In context, in some ways, yes, they are. But they're definitely completely different movies. So, after that scene, we start with our flashback. Diana being a little kid, being baby Diana, and being introduced that she's this uh, very energetic kid who just wants to be like everybody else, a warrior Amazon. That's what she wants to do. That's what she always wants to be, and she just wants to train with everybody else. And the funny part is, she's the only kid in the island, which is different from the comic book because based on the new origin of Diana, there are more kids in the island because of some things that the Amazons are doing that are kind of bad. But that's not in the story. That's in the comic books. We're talking about the movie. So we were pretty much put in a situation that Hippolyta, Diana's mother, doesn't want Diana to train, doesn't want Diana to be an Amazon warrior. Why are you trying to be someone you should not even be? You're a child. Act like a child. Be a child. Be a kid. Enjoy life as a kid. And that's absolutely fine. But as time progressed, Diana really wants to train, wants to be an Amazon, wants to be a warrior, and her auntie, Robin, played by Robin Wright, General Antiope, or if that's how it's pronounced, trained her in secret behind the back of Hippolyta. Hippolyta finds out and then agrees to train Diana, and we cut forward to Diana being an adult and just kicking butt. Every single Amazon pretty much can't match to her because of some things in the movie that you'll find out. But again, it's spoilers. We'll say it by probably near the end of the review. But again, she pretty much is the best of the best after this, and one time at the end of the training session, she pretty much had shown that she's not an ordinary little girl. She's not an ordinary Amazon. She's not an ordinary human being. Her gauntlets, just like Batman v Superman or BS, again, appropriate name for that movie, BS, show that her gauntlets are not just for decoration, right? Yeah. So when she did this, Shockwave, just like BS, and it pretty much propelled her auntie off the ground to the floor, knocking her lights out. Then she said, "I'm sorry, didn't mean to." She ran away. Not really that far because again, it's their island, so they'll definitely find her eventually. But while in that situation, she saw a plane crashing down at sea. And as instincts, pretty much, she went there, saved the pilot, and lo and behold, it's pretty much one of our protagonists. I believe that is Steve Trevor. Yeah, that's our guy protagonist, played by Chris Pine, Captain Kirk. Oh, Captain Kirk. I am the captain of the Enterprise. I like women. No, it's not like Captain Kirk like that. No, it's a different Captain Kirk. But yeah, it's the Captain Kirk that with abs. Yeah. So that's what it is. And during the time that Wonder Woman was talking to Steve at the beach, the Germans come, and there's this whole fight scene. All the Amazons started fighting with the Germans, and we see that the Amazons are not like special. They're not. They're still human. They can still die from bullets. They can still die from regular means. Probably they have enhanced strength, but that's probably it. But the one thing I can say is, it's a good fight scene, but there's just too much slow mo. The slow mo in this movie is,
It's excessive.
I can't even say it any better. It's excessive. Too much. Why are there too much slow mo? I don't know why. But what pretty much ended up happening is that General Antiope died from a gunshot because she was trying to protect Diana. Diana was doing her own thing, wasn't looking at her back, and then General Antiope came in and blocked the shot. She died. Where did she get hit?
Back.
No, General Antiope.
Yeah. No. On the
Right on the
jump.
chest.
Oh. Ooh.
Oh, can you do that again?
I can't jump that far.
So yeah, that's pretty much what happened. She died, and here comes the interrogation scene. Um, Trevor, 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 Trevor. Trevor pretty much ended up on the lasso of truth,
Also known as the Lasso of Artemis.
lasso of Artemis. That's what they call it now. He's wrapped up in it, being interrogated, being forced to say every single truth, probably even the dark ones that nobody wants to know about himself. I'm sure of that. Mm, Testify. So that's pretty much what happens. And then afterwards, we cut into discussion between Hippolyta and Diana saying, "This is Ares' work. This is all the stories you've been talking to me about, Mother. Let's help the people. Let's get out of this island and stop this war." And Mother Hippolyta, being who she is, doesn't want her child doing this, and she also doesn't want the Amazon being involved in that any longer because she knows something that Diana doesn't know. Pretty much everybody knows something that Diana doesn't know. They don't want Diana to find out that she is a half breed. We'll talk about that in detail a little later. And they also don't want Diana to find out that once they get out, there's really not much.
It's just difficult to get back.
Yeah, there's really not much involvement of Ares in it because supposedly Zeus made human beings in his own likeness, just like how Christians are. God made human beings in his own likeness, pure and all that stuff. But in this context, man did not evolve to be evil and good at the same time. Man was pure good until Ares came along and polluted their minds with evil. And that's what pretty much Diana knew all throughout her life, because that's what she was taught. But Hippolyta knows that that's not how it works. But again, as Diana pretty much has her own beliefs, she went to Trevor in the bath, seeing Trevor's junk. Oh yeah, this movie has 3 penis jokes in one scene. We're gonna get to that now. So, as I said, Diana walks into Trevor, taking a bath. Trevor pretty much is buck naked. Every single woman in the cinema say, "Oh my God, abs!" And then Trevor was holding his junk. Diana said, "Are all the men similar to you or look like you?" And then Trevor replied, "Well, as man goes, or as we, I'm kind of above average." Penis joke, everyone. Penis joke. That doesn't stop there. There's another penis joke coming, and I'm going through it now. Diana's asking about that little thing. And you know what happened? He was talking about, he thought Diana was talking about his Johnson. Yes, he thought he was talking about his Johnson. He thought that Diana was asking, what is his Johnson called? And then he found out that he was talking about the clock or his watch. Great! Very feminist. Very social justice. And the last penis joke is Diana stating to Trevor, talking, you're to talk. You're one to talk for a guy who says he's above average. In one scene, we got 3 jokes about a man's loins and the family jewels. Great, ain't it? And then afterwards, we transition to Diana stealing. Great role model. Let your children, let your daughters emulate Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot is an amazing woman. I know you could emulate her, but Wonder Woman as a character, great. Stealing for the sake of right. She stole everything that she has currently, except for the gauntlets, because for some odd reason she grew with her gauntlets. From a little kid with small gauntlets into an adult with sizely proportioned gauntlets.
Wasn't the gauntlet supposed to be small, not that large?
That's why it's weird. So, again, she stole the sword, she stole the rope, or the lasso, she stole the armor, she stole the shield, and went off with Trevor on an adventure against the Germans in World War One. So, on that situation, Hippolyta already gave Diana blessing to go out of Themyscira, also stating that she might not be able to come back, because hinting that she might die while outside of the country of Themyscira. But based on the Justice League movie, that's not the case, because she's pretty much back there. Going to the boat scene, which my most hated scene in the movie, the cringe-worthy scene in the movie, because it's too long, it's badly paced, and it just had one thing going for it. Sex joke. People can argue, no, he was trying to be a gentleman. Yes, on that part of that boat scene, but during the part that he went and slept beside Diana, they started talking about sex. And never stopped. They continued. They could have stopped when Diana said that she read 12 books about it and said that it's not a good way to
procreate.
It's dirty, it's messy. Pretty much what we got is Diana Prince or Wonder Woman being Sheldon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory. If any of you watch Big Bang Theory, that's pretty much that scene. Sheldon Cooper against sex, talking about sex, about people who wants to have sex. And why would Trevor open that up? Because he wants to have sex with Diana. Don't even argue with me stating that it wasn't. Because during this movie, they did the do. Woo! They parked But we'll get to that. Because that's another useless scene. And again, just to clarify, it could have ended when Diana talked about it and Trevor said, "Wow, 12 books about it, huh?" But Trevor didn't stop. He just kept going, and Diana kept going. They just had their conversation moving forward. And it ended, yes, but it took too long. Those were minutes, seconds that could have been used for character development, for probably characters that were introduced, that were pretty much in the movie for a long time, that didn't even get any sort of development that I would be invested on, that I paid for your goddamn movie. That was good. Here's the thing, it was a good movie, but you wasted characters. And we'll get to that. Then they went to London, England. For me, it was both boring and at the same time
Cute.
cute. Well, I'll add something else. Boring, cute, and great. Why would I say it's boring, cute, and great? It's boring because I know what will happen. They would want her to dress up. She'll be in situations where she wasn't supposed to be in. She'll be doing things that she shouldn't be doing in modern times. But she is doing it. She's carrying a damn sword and shield out in the open in the streets of London. That's funny. In context, probably in the past, I wasn't. I was giggling. Yes, I was laughing a bit, but it was to be expected. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't mind blowing stuff. It was things that I would expect for a fish out of water story. The cute part is the cute parts, like Diana trying out some dresses, being silly, Diana looking at a baby. Oh, it's a baby. That was cute. Diana trying to get out using a revolving door. You laughed at that scene.
Yes. I like that.
She had a hard time using a revolving door, not because she can't fit, because she's fat or anything, but because she has her shield and sword with her, and she's trying to walk, forcing herself to get out. That was funny. I find it amusing. And the great part about this is when Diana, for some odd reason, went into the war room, while the main villain, who's played by David Twillis, pretty much his character is Patrick Morgan.
Sir Patrick Morgan.
Sir Patrick Morgan was talking, and suddenly he saw Diana and Trevor. But what surprised everybody else was, why is there a woman here? Why is there a woman in the war room? Women are supposed to be washing dishes. So that's pretty much the situation there. And during that time, she was with Trevor, and Trevor introduced her as her secretary, his other secretary. And she was there in the room discussing with the other generals, and she pointed out that she can read,
Sumerian.
so she's pretty much helpful because the book that Trevor had is encoded
Also in Hebrew and other languages.
in which Diana knows and can talk in multiple languages, which is helpful, which is amazing, and also quite weird that a war room would not consist of people who can at least understand multiple languages,
At least more than 5.
which is, again, ain't that weird? They're in a war room. They should be having people like that.
No, they're in Europe. They should at least learn.
They should have people who are in their intelligence with them that should know multiple languages, right?
If you're talking about intelligence agents, yes, but we're talking about generals, not intelligence
But
agents.
they're in their war room. They should have them, right?
Yes, they should. But that doesn't excuse the fact that they should at least have someone who knows at least three languages.
Mm.
Just like in one scene later on.
Ha ha ha! Moving back, Diana pretty much floored everyone in that room because she thought that they're trying to take the easy way out by
Peace
focusing
treaty.
on the peace treaty. Yes, which on my end, I understand absolutely. That's great for Diana to even say that they're cowards. They're they're pretty much letting all their soldiers fight their war, not even going to the battlefield on their own. But if you think about it, again, in a different way of thinking
Timeline.
it, or a different timeline possibly, where there is no one in the ranks of the Germans or in the bad guys' side was not thinking of going going through with the peace treaty, right? If there wasn't a person like that, then this would have been all bad. Why? Because pretty much what Diana is saying, why are you focusing on ending the war in a peaceful way when you can end the war right here, right now by killing them? By doing the war in the first place, by continuing the war. That's kind of a mixed message there. But again, this is a movie, there's good versus bad. The bad guys has to lose because they're bad. But during the film, we saw that the majority of the German soldiers or the generals or the leaders of the Germans were on the side of the peace treaty. They were agreeing to it. Only one person wasn't. So, again, if that person wasn't there or was even supposed to be agreeing with the other leaders, Gal Gadot or Diana or Wonder Woman was proposing not to go through with the peace treaty, which would lead to a better conclusion to the war with less casualties, and pretty much just going through with the war, get again losing more and gaining less. Again, food for thought. But going back to the story, what happened pretty much afterwards was Diana storming out of the room, Trevor saying that we're going to Germany, stop acting like this. And one of the favorite scenes of Sean is pretty much Trevor.
Wrapping
Uh,
himself with the um, lasso of. Just remember it. It's not Hestia. It's. I'm not sorry. It is Hestia, not Artemis. Sorry.
Lasso of Hestia or Lasso of Truth. Let's just call it the Lasso of Truth.
Yes.
Pretty much. The lasso, wrapping himself with the lasso of truth because Diana was confused, a little troubled because
She's not used to spy talk.
no, not really spy talk. He's not used. She's not used with the idea of surrender, of not really surrender, but more of a way,
A settlement.
a settlement such as this. She's not used to it. She was not
Very
raised.
old age.
Yeah, she's pretty much on on the idea that this is not what how wars are settled. So she thinks that everybody in that room, including Trevor, is a coward because Trevor doesn't want to pretty much go against his leaders,
Superiors.
his superiors. He doesn't want to do that. So he views Trevor as a liar, as a coward. But Trevor, as the main protagonist, as one of the main protagonists, is what he did. He said, "I'm not lying. We're going to Germany. We're going to the front." He wrapped himself on his arm with the lasso of truth, and pretty much said out loud to Gal Gadot or to Diana, "We are going to Germany. We are going to fight." And he said while having this wrapped under his arm, saying, "Oh my God, that's a bad idea. We're all gonna die." So pretty much he's still honest, and he's honest with his own words, his own feelings that he's afraid of going there because he's gonna die. And yes, he's gonna die. Pretty much at the end. It's a spoiler review. So they went to this pub, meeting up with a French dude. Who's the guy? His name is
Samir,
Samir.
who's Arab.
Who's Arab but French, and can speak multiple languages. And him and Diana had a bit of a talk using more than one language. I think one is Hebrew, and
No, one is Chinese, then Sumerian, then they stop at ancient Greek.
which he doesn't know. Which is amazing because I like that scene, but at the same time, that character went nowhere. Especially the other character that I'll be introducing after this, which is Charlie, played by Ewan Bremer. You know what? Just for a side note, let's find out what Ewan Bremer did.
Black Hawk Down,
Okay.
Pearl Harbor.
I think he's also the guy from RoboCop, I think. Oh, he's one of the guys in Judge Dredd, Emily Pursuits. He's also in Batman v Superman. Oh, because cameo. Okay. Banish. RoboCop. Is there RoboCop here?
No, there's none.
Okay, so he's not the guy from RoboCop, but I've seen him in a lot of movies as a comedic character, but at least someone who is funny. He's funny in some case here, but his character, as like Samir, went out on just pretty much was washed off. His character went nowhere. Oh, he was in Alien vs Predator. Okay. Also in Pearl Harbor.
Yes, as no earlier.
He was in again very not really good films, but known pretty much films that a lot of people know. Judge Dredd, Skin. What's Skin? I don't know. Yeah. Okay. All right. Pretty much an actor has a lot on his belt. Pretty much side characters as well, but he is a Scottish sniper. Get that in your head. He is a Scottish sniper. We don't get that.
With a kilt.
Yeah, with a kilt. We don't get that much. We don't get a lot of Scottish snipers wearing a kilt. We don't. But we did in Wonder Woman. And that is awesome on its own. But as the story progressed, we never got any sniping from him. Nothing. Because he has
PTSD.
He has issues. What could have happened is the minutes that was used, the seconds that were used during that boat scene could have been used for character development for that guy. What could have happened is that Diana would have encouraged him to do the right thing and overcome his
post-traumatic issues.
Which didn't. He wasn't. He
Well,
died not able to do anything. Except help them in some ways or another, but
well, you still have enough other movies.
yes, he has other movies. But again, he hasn't done a thing. He hasn't done
In
any
this
sniping
movie.
in this movie. You know what could have been better? Is if he shot Ares. He shot Ares. He could have shot an Ares and saved Diana at a certain point in that fight. Nothing. Not a damn thing. He had a cute part, a very adorable part. He sang, in which, based on the characters, he hasn't sang for a long time. He sang, he played the piano, amazing. Everybody was dancing, everybody was cheering. And this was after one of the best fight scenes in the movie. You know what that is? The fight scene where Diana pretty much hauled ass, blocked every bullet.
She tanked the whole thing.
She tanked the whole thing. She ate machine gun fire with her shield.
More so than Captain America did.
Yeah, because Captain America was smart enough not to, to not focus on that. But here's the thing. There's Diana marching along, going through the bullets, eating all the machine gun fire, even the rifle fire from every single German,
Including a rocket.
yeah, including that, which for some odd reason couldn't hit a non-moving target. She was not moving, and they couldn't hit her. She had a shield protecting her upper body.
She did deflect the giant shell.
When she was shot by a tank,
Yes.
but that was progressing to the fight. We're talking about the part where she was on the trench.
Yes.
Again, the shield was only protecting her upper body. They could have shot her legs. It was already shown that Amazons can still be hurt by bullets. There. But the part what I'm pretty much mad about that fight scene, even though it was good, it was awesome. God, was that while she was eating machine gun fire, here is Steve Trevor and the other guys close to Wonder Woman. Pretty much anyone could see them. Anyone could see them, I'm sure.
She even crouched.
She even crouched. Everyone, the Germans, I'm sure they're not blind. If they're blind, they couldn't probably focus on the shield. Why didn't they shoot at them? They just let them walk to the flank, to their flank, and start murdering each and every one of them.
Tactical genius.
And that's making the Germans stupid. But again, it was an awesome scene. Why? Wonder Woman kicked ass. Punches, kicks, lasso, sword, shield, everything was thrown out the window. Even a tank.
And the sniper.
A sniper that got shot by
A shot. A buckshot. Steve Trevor.
which Trevor asked who to shot it first,
Charlie.
who couldn't shoot because
That's excusable. He has PTSD.
another situation where he could have overcome it. Diana could have talked, man up! But,
They're trying to do a realistic route.
again, I know they're trying to do a realistic route. I get it. I understand it. But, again, wasted character development because there were scenes in this movie that are not useful, not even progressing the story whatsoever. And I'll get to that now. You remember the part where I said that where everybody was dancing, everybody was happy? That was after the fight scene where Wonder Woman flipped the frigging tank, threw it off the church. Yeah, that was awesome. That was great. That was good. That got me pumped. That got me pumped as hell. But while Diana and Steve were dancing, and Diana pretty much feeling the love that she was getting from Trevor, while the snow was falling, which is cute, we ended up being in a room where Diana and Trevor was removing their clothes, trying to do the messy thing, trying to do the thing, trying to do the deed. And that only lasted for less than a minute. Why? I don't know. Probably to get all the women and the men all hyped up for a sex scene that didn't even happen. Because probably the folks from DC finally thought that, hey, we already have a lot of sex jokes, dick jokes, and this is a movie that's supposed to be targeted for a family. So more than likely we have kids here, so we can't pretty much show them a sex scene. We'll just show them
Glimpse.
a glimpse of Trevor's body and the back of Diana and them kissing. I'm not against a sex scene at all, But at the same time, if you're gonna do a sex scene, might as well do it for at least more than less than a minute. Probably give it at least 2 minutes of time. But no, it's less than a minute. It's a wasted shots, wasted investment, wasted money on something that has no purpose in the movie. You know what they could have done? Simple. After the whole scene where they're dancing, they're singing and all that stuff, they could have just walked out of the hotel, Trevor and Diana, and then the Samir or probably Charlie asked Trevor or Steve, "Had a good night?" Trevor could have said, "You should ask her." And I think, to be honest, I think they did say that. I think they did ask that.
I didn't remember that one much. I didn't really
And then Diana
pay
pretty much
attention to
smiled
that.
at them.
Yes, they did.
I think it's pretty much on that scene, the insinuated sex scene, because again, there was really no sex shown, but again, it's pretty much there,
Mhm.
where the idea was there. If they were going for an insinuated sex scene, they could have just did that. They could have just done that and said that insinuated sex scene. They did it without even showing them taking off their clothes or doing the kissing scene. They could have just done that, saying, "Have a good night. Ask her." That's it. That's pretty much a given that they did the pork. They pork. Again, this movie is good. It's good, but come on.
At least you cared.
Huh?
At least you cared.
I care. Because again, this is Wonder Woman. This is not Catwoman. This is not Supergirl. We're talking about Wonder Woman.
The premier female superhero.
Going back, we're pretty much gonna be almost be ending this review anyway. We ended up in a party uh, where Steve was trying to get intelligence or getting information on where the factory is where they're making the poison. They got the information. Uh, Diana and Steve parted ways because Diana thought
Arguing.
Diana and Steve were arguing because the weapon was used on the village that they saved. Everybody's pretty much dead there, and what Steve was trying to accomplish, or was trying to get to
It's to the
Diana's mind,
base.
is that they should go and exterminate or pretty much destroy the base of operation. But what Diana is trying to accomplish is kill Ares, which at this point he still has the idea that that was who was that character? Um,
Ludendorff.
yeah, Ludendorff. Was it Ludendorff? Yeah, General Ludendorff. Uh, the one that is being pointed at as supposedly Ares, but based on what we've seen, especially prior to that, we already hinted on our ideas that that can't be Ares, because if he if he was supposed to be Ares, which thank God it wasn't, that was too obvious. It was good that they went to the direction that I and Sean pretty much wanted. They went with David Willis, which is Sir Patrick Morgan. Made sense for him to be Ares. Made sense. If people are bashing on why was he Ares? Why? Because his body wasn't chilled. He's a god. He can change his form whatever he wants to. He even showed it. He shape shifted. Probably in the next movie it
He,
won't.
actually, we do saw him in a much more buffer body in one scene.
Yeah,
But that was a flashback.
yeah, but again, afterwards it was all CGI, right? And we can't even see his face most mainly because of the freaking helmet. Other than other than a full shot of his face in the helmet, we could see his mustache and everything. But that's pretty much it. But my I pretty much does I have a gripe on the idea of Ares dying in this movie. because Steve highlighted in a discussion with Diana that because Diana already killed Ludendorff, all right, when Ares showed up, he already killed Ludendorff and found out that even though she killed him, nothing changed. And then Steve came along and said that it's not Ares. It might not even be Ares. It's just us. We did this. Men do things because they can. It's in our nature to be either be good or bad. It's not by just killing one person that you can change the world. We have to change it ourselves. And that's what I'm trying to do. Why can't you understand that? That's what he's trying to do. And Diana's confused all throughout that scene. And then by the time that Diana killed Ares, and I think this is the part where Sean can explain it better.
Oh, and so I'm going to complain at this very particular scene that here's the thing, because there is a very good anti-war message that man had to be responsible for their sins.
Given by the point by
Steve Trevor. But the problem is, by the time when they defeated Ares in the end, it shows a shot of the Germans are showing a ray of light, that they are becoming nicer to one another. I know that the message was supposed to be that there's a hope because she is the spirit of truth, hope. But the problem is, it also shows that once Ares is defeated, happily all ever after. So it's conflicting the message that are we supposed to be realistic here, or are we trying to be superhero-ish message? And that's a wasted opportunity that instead of she should have actually at least see that she would see what Steve is trying to tell her, and she was inspired by that last speech. Instead, we got the generic "I love you," and Steve blew up the plane and went to the iceberg. I mean, blew up in the sky.
Oh, wait, what? Steve, you're in the plane. You're sacrificing yourself. Why? Steve's on a plane. Sacrifice. Where did we see that before?
So after Hydra, I mean the Germans.
Oh yeah, after Hydra and the Germans. Oh my God, there's a plane that Steve is piloting. Oh my God. He didn't crash land though. He didn't crash into an iceberg.
He blew.
Yeah, he blew up in the sky. But here's the thing. Sky is white. Ice is white. Just different directions. Steve, Captain America, went down. Steve, Trevor, went up.
Oh. Well,
Steve!
yeah,
Coincidence?
Coinky Dink.
Are you sure?
Too much. Too much. Yeah.
We're not Marvel fanboys. Just clarifying that. We love Marvel. We love DC. But the hell, you can argue, but you should agree DC hasn't been putting good stuff lately. Except for this one. So far, it's good, but it's not great. Okay?
Yes, that's what I said. There's a lot of conflicting messages on the movie on the final note, and she did explain at the beginning of the movie why she turned back on humanity, while still contradicting herself, moonlighting as Wonder Woman rather than being as Diana of Themyscira. So in the very end, at least when she had what she has resolved from the previous movie and reminiscing her past, we get to see the shot that she's not willing to believe in humanity once again. Thanks, Bruce.
Yay! So, that's Wonder Woman for you. Probably another thing I want to say here. If any of you believe that Ares is dead, I don't. I don't believe you, and you shouldn't even. He's a god, for crying out loud. And the way this story is being told, I think the last character, that Diana, if this will be a trilogy, if this will be a trilogy, will be Zeus. That'll be the last bad guy. Why? Because Zeus is a jerk. Zeus is a douche in the DC universe. He only wants to have sex with everyone.
Just like the real Zeus.
Just like the real Zeus. Because he's a douche. Alright. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Wow, this is the longest video that I and probably Sean has done. And I do hope that you are entertained by this, because we, I'm sure, will be. We really want, and I can't emphasize this as much, we really want each and every one of you who are watching this to contribute your own ideas, your own opinions, discuss, talk. There's a comment section down below.
Let's geek all up.
Yeah, geek all out. Say your own opinions. If you don't agree to us, great. We love that. We would want that. If you agree with us, that's also okay. That's great. We want to talk to you guys. We want to know probably some things that we missed out, or probably you can add. Because again, that's why we made this channel. We are opinionated bastards who wants to get opinions from other people, who wants to have discussions, who wants to have conversations with you guys. So if you like this video, please like it. If you do like what we put up, please subscribe to the channel. And also, if you want to be notified of any future videos that we would have, which we will, we guarantee that 110%, ring the bell. So again, like, subscribe, and then ring the bell. Alright? So, we do hope that you like this channel, like what we put up, and enjoy everything, alright? Have a great day, have a great weekend. To sweet to everyone.